Hey there, this is Rugby Doc, and we're over here in Wales, and we're at Cardiff Metropolitan University. And I have a couple of the players with me. I have Owen,
and Zach.
Owen and Zach. All right, Owen and Zach are students here and premier rugby players, and your team is the national champions of Wales, right? Correct?
Yeah.
And what year are you? What are you?
Second year.
Yeah, so we're both second year students here at Clow.
Okay. And what's your major?
So we're both on the same course actually. We're both doing sports and exercise science.
Sports and exercise science.
Yeah.
All right. And how are you liking that?
I really enjoy it. It's good. It was. One of the big attractions, obviously, for coming to Cardiff Met is obviously the rugby, and the degree was a big attraction as well. So that's what
it's really enjoyable. Yeah, it's quite. You get used to now in second year, used to balancing rugby and degree. But yeah, it's quite easy, quite nice to do. I reckon it gets a bit harder in third year with dissertation topics and stuff. But yeah, it's enjoyable.
Well, it's a lot of hard work. I mean, I've been here a few days now, and I'm watching your program, and you guys it's serious business. I mean, there's no fooling around. I imagine you're having fun, but I mean, you're fitting your studies in. You're at rugby. I mean, you guys were at rugby practice 7 a.m. this morning. Some of the guys, and they're doing a practice for an hour, and then we were at practice the other night until 9 o'clock at night. So it's a lot of work. So one of the things that I'm impressed with here, and I try, these are questions that I'm interested in for every club, and I really want to get your feedback on this. It's about the culture of the team and the core values that you're being taught here. One of the things that I've learned is that for one, you guys are the Cardiff Met Archers, right? So there's something that they try to teach you. They have little icons that you tell me about that. Your core values. I think it's person, player, athlete, academic.
Yeah. So basically, with our culture, we don't want individuals being selfish or thinking about themselves. You want to make it as everyone thinks about everyone else. Everyone includes everyone else, and you want to build a better person, not just a better rugby player. So you want to come out of here a better person. You want to come out of here a better dad, a better husband when you get older, and you want to build the whole package rather than coming out here a brilliant rugby player, but not got good core values of discipline and respect and all things like that.
Yeah, so everything's team orientated, as Zach said. It's all about Danny will pick out videos often in a team meeting of where someone's been player orientated, and he'll point this out. This isn't on, even though they've done something amazing and it's brilliant, but they've there's been players outside them that they could have passed the ball to. He said this is player orientated, not team orientated.
So he points that out to you.
Yeah.
What's interesting? How old are you?
20.
20?
20. Yeah.
So for those watching at home, the 20-year-olds actually picked out for the core value to be a better person as their first choice to talk to me about. I mean, that's something right there, that they're doing a good job at this university. That your feeling is when you're trying to explain it to me, you want to be a better person. You want to be a better dad, a better husband, a better father, a better friend. And that's then from them instilling that in you in the beginning. Did you guys have any clue about that when you walked in the door here in your first year as a freshman?
I think you get I think rugby in general across the UK is very good at trying to instill good values, there's a lot of positive character development that comes with playing rugby. A lot of working as a team, etc. And so I suppose it's not something I expected to be so prevalent here at Cardiff Met, but it definitely is. The emphasis on humility and the emphasis on being a good person, not just providing.
And then you just hit on the other one. The big one is humility.
Yeah.
And that's something you guys come in here and they're stressing to you that you have to be humble. It's not ego driven, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of the time, because it's such we're top 4 best universities for rugby in the UK, and a lot of the time we attract the best players from around, and you may come from a club or a county or an academy where you're the best player there, but you come here and you're competing against the best of the best people, so you can't come in and thinking you're the best in a situation where everyone else is also the best.
Right.
So being humble really helps you, because it helps you get to know them, make better friends, and play better as a team, rather than coming in and thinking you're the best player there's ever been, really.
But again, that just relates to life as well. So it's
Yeah.
not about being, having that sense of like self-righteous importance.
Yeah.
Because you've achieved this or you are this. It's
Well, and you said too, your players that come here come from all different areas of
Yeah.
rugby. I mean, you have some players that are already contract players,
Yeah.
and they're signed to say
Exeter Chiefs.
Exeter Chiefs or
Dragons.
Dragons, and they come in here as a 19-year-old, and maybe their humility levels, it's not where it should be. How do you sort that out? I mean, do those players get on board? Does the team just show them that this is the way it is through
Yeah.
example, or do some of them not get it, and then they end up? What happens to those players that don't get that core value? They end up leaving the university, or
I think
go.
the big thing here is you have to earn the respect, like, in your game. So you have to earn. You can't come in and say you're from the Exeter Chiefs. You can't come in and everyone just assumes that you're really good at rugby. You have to show that you are. So we have players who are signed professional contracts but don't play in our first team, because we have other players who are playing better than them and are working harder than them, and on the whole would, in the coach's eyes, deserve it more, and are adding more to the team rather than just playing really well individually.
so that would in itself would teach humility. I mean, if you're a contract signed player, and you have players here who are playing better than you, and you're not even making the first team, I mean, you better become humble, or it's a problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, I mean, we'll talk about rugby in a minute, but let's talk about the main reason you're here, academics,
Yeah.
right? You got to get an education.
Got it.
So both your fields are in
Sports science.
and what is it like here academically? Is it a fair amount of work? Is it a lot of pressure? Is it hard?
So I think obviously rugby takes up so much of our time, as you say. We've been in at 7 o'clock this morning, till 9 o'clock on Monday. Obviously it comes with the stresses and added pressures of that, but that's why there's such an emphasis of the rugby team on the academics of using the time you have available to you for that. So in terms of pressure, I think first year, there's not a lot of pressure. It adds up as the years go on. So third year there definitely will be a lot. Currently, I think we're getting towards the end of second term. So me and Zach, we've both got a few assignments that we're in soon. So the pressure's starting to build up, and we definitely need to be get going pretty soon. But it's all up to you as a person. It's manageable if you are willing to manage it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if your time management's okay, it's not really that much pressure. Because basically when you come to a university like this, it's rugby, work, and then like social life. So you have to balance the three parts of your life at that point. The social life you get a bit with rugby because the club's a big family. If you want to say it's a big family, and you spend time with them, and that's you being social.
Right.
Sociable. And then the academics, you have to just make sure that you have a time in the day where you get all your academics done. You go to your lectures, you make it to all your seminars and all your classes, and then just make sure you have time available to catch up, to do some extra work. And it doesn't build up. If you keep on top of it, you're fine. But yeah, other than that, we have like sessions run by our manager, Amber.
Yeah, I was just going to bring her up and I'll let you expand on that. But you guys have someone in charge of athlete support services, and that's a person who's basically taken these guys she's there for them to help them in every aspect of the school and of life, right?
So it's called Academic Archers. So it's like an hour and a half every Tuesday, and you go and you just sit there and you bring a cup of coffee or hot chocolate. If you need any help with your assignments, she can help you. If you don't, you just need a place to study without being distracted at home. And you just come in, sit and get it done. I've done it a few times actually when I got assignments due quite close to the due date. which really helped.
Yeah, and so Amber, the
Yeah.
team support, she is absolutely brilliant. She's everyone's big sister.
Right.
She's the most organised person alive.
Yeah.
And so she's just able to provide that support. And
So you guys, would you reach out to her if maybe you were having difficulty in a class?
Yeah, 100%.
Or if how about if there's, you're feeling the pressure? Is she just someone you can sit down and talk to?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's with the coaches as well, because obviously the coaches, most of them are lecturers as well, so they know about writing essays, writing assignments. They know how to do it well. So if you need help, they're always willing to help you, especially on long trips. Like we had a trip to Newcastle,
Right.
7 hours on the bus.
Right.
Lots of boys go down to the front, speak to Danny, get a lot of work done. They help them with how to frame stuff in essays and stuff. And I mean, everyone helps you, even other players.
I mean, you have a pretty large coaching staff. I mean, you have forwards coaches, backs coaches, kicking coaches, defensive coaches. You have your head coach.
Yeah.
And, they all seem very accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, they all are very friendly. They all demand respect naturally, but they also seem like there's someone you can walk up to and talk to.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that's what we try to have here, especially among the coaching staff, among the players. You can talk to anyone and they're willing to help you. They'll always be nice, and that's what we try and teach you as well.
So today I had the opportunity to sit in with your video analysis department with Aiden, and that's an eye-opener too, because a lot of teams, they have their games filmed, and then the coach is the one who does the video analysis and gets it to the players, and they do the film and things. But you guys have a whole team down there, and they literally break down that game into every aspect of the game. I mean, there could be, every minute of the game is documented, and what happens? They send you links for you to study or areas for you to work on.
So after every game, the analysts they code the game into all the individual different clips. So and then they'll send you an email saying it's uploaded to TPA. And that's the website. We then access that at home. We can have a look, and I'll scroll down all the names. I can click on Oliver Morris. I click on that, and it comes up with all of my individual clips. I then watch them through. I can see every single contribution I made to the game, and I can analyse myself. Then, did I do enough in D? Did I do enough in attack? Was I aggressive enough in the contact area? I can analyse all these points quite quickly just by looking at a 4.5 minute clip then of just all of my individual inputs, and then it's also separated into all of the ball in play, Cardiff Met try, opposition try, Cardiff Met line out, and so an important one for us backs is we'll look at Cardiff Met scrum, Cardiff Met line out. We'll look at the strike plays that we played off it, how successful they were, how they came off. So it is absolutely brilliant, and I think in terms of the players doing it, not the coaches, it's that sense of ownership that we bring to it. So that it has to be player led, because we need to want to improve.
Right.
And we need to look and see how as players we want to improve the team, improve the game.
On that point, what's interesting is say you have a game, and you do, out of 29 things, you do 28 things brilliantly, right? And then there's one thing that maybe you didn't do brilliantly, but that one thing now gets filmed, and you guys could spend 2 hours discussing one thing of your error, which takes humility, I guess, to have that your error just shown over for an hour, and then the whole team is just learning and learning and learning from that one mistake, which makes that one mistake really important.
So it's useful, especially as a winger or a back three player. We have about 3 different angles played as well, so you get an end on from behind us, 2 from the side, which are close and fast. So especially with kick returns or kicking, we know we can look at the whole field and see where we need to attack. And then, like you say, when you make a mistake, a lot of the time there's nowhere to hide. So you can't, the mistakes can't affect you because they're going to be found anyway.
Right.
So there's no point in going, don't worry, no one's going to see that, because someone's going to see it. It's about how it leads into teaching us how to react from mistakes and increase our play rather than let it keep going down, following a mistake with a mistake. And using the videos really helps us to see what happened after the mistake rather than just knowing we made a mistake.
I mean, it's an incredible learning tool. I mean, from my perspective, I don't get to do all that, and basically our video comes from the game we played. You guys get a lot of oppositional stuff.
Yeah.
You get to see they're breaking down the team you're playing for 2 weeks prior to your game, and they have that
Mm.
whole game broken down into every aspect of what they do, and then you guys get to study what they tend to do best and what
Yeah.
they tend to do bad, and
Yeah.
then you take advantage of that. It's great stuff.
Yeah, it is brilliant.
It's useful for that because then we can sometimes even pick a team around where we want to do. So we picked a big crash ball 12 when we played against Cardiff, because the defence wasn't as good as some of the teams as we played against in certain places. So we just put him down there, and it gave us really good go forward. So I mean, it's pretty vital to winning games by certain different margins.
So where are we at in the season right now? How
So we just playoffs has just started.
playoffs? All right.
So we came 4th in our league, which for us better than last season, wasn't it? Is that where we came last season? We were 4th there.
I think so. I mean, well, so since Christmas, I think we've won.
8th, 9th, 9th?
We've done. I think we've won 7 out of 8
Okay.
games since
Yeah.
Christmas, which is pretty
Good record.
pretty incredible. Yeah. I think we've drawn with the same points as our third place, but they've got slightly more goal difference than us, so they've ended up getting third place. We've got 4th place, and I think we're happy with that.
Yeah.
I think often we prioritise the cup at the end. So while we, as a rugby school, we don't just play in the Bucks in the University League, we also play in the Welsh Championship.
Mhm.
So our priorities are split. We have to prioritise sometimes an important game on Saturday as well as an important game on a Wednesday. Wednesday being Bucks, Saturday being the Welsh Championship. There's a lot more to juggle. But when it gets towards the end of the season, when it's the playoffs, it's the cup, I think we're going to be going all guns blazing for
Yeah,
that.
because I mean, you could be going into the playoffs in 4th place, but then everything consolidates, and then that's how you guys end up winning the championship.
Exactly. So we 4th place when you get home quarter final, and for us down on the Rugby One home pitch, it's like another. For us, it's like playing in Twickenham on a Principality Stadium, because we have the rest of our club, about 250 people in our club, so about 210, 220 people. For just rugby players come down, and then plus the rest of the university, we get a big crowd. We have songs they sing, there's chants, and it's brilliant. Like I get goosebumps talking about it now, because you go onto the pitch, you run out for a tunnel of your friends and people who you play with week in, week out, and who support you. And it's hard. It's very hard to compete us here because it's like we call it a fortress, because it never
psychology of home sports.
Oh yeah,
is
sure.
incredible.
Yeah. What's interesting, I don't want to skip over this because you said it very casually, but 250 rugby players in this university.
Yeah.
All right, and also as you said, you have your top 2-tier teams that are playing in 2 different divisions: the Welsh division, the collegiate division. But there's altogether, I think the coach told me there's 10 or 11 sides.
Yeah.
So if you want to play rugby, this is the school to play. I mean, whatever level you are, there's a side for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And they encourage all levels of players. It's not like anybody's getting cut.
And it's good because our second and third teams, even our 4th team, still play against first teams from other universities. So they'll play the best players from other universities, but they may not be in the highest teams in our university. So it's still a good standard no matter what side you're in.
So I came in as a first year last year, and I think part of the reason I looked at Cardiff Met is just the ambition and the ability to climb through the teams, and there's always that opportunity. So I played for the seconds last year, and still in comparison to other universities, that our seconds play in the second highest university league. So that's only the league below the first team,
Right.
and that's actually a brilliant standard to be playing.
Yeah.
So that's.
And then you even have some of your teams are out there in the Welsh Rugby Union.
Yeah.
They're playing men's clubs.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing guys in their 30s.
So the
Right.
Welsh Championship side, and we have the Welsh Conference and Conference 2. So the Championship side, we play against teams, very, very famous teams like Pontypool and Neath, and teams that have got a lot of history. So the team we're playing tomorrow, actually, they played against the All Blacks, they played against Springboks back in the day. We're playing against some incredibly talented players. So we play against some players who represented Wales for Wales Sevens, Wales 15 sometimes. Or at least the coaches have, and then we're playing against people who are assigned but are loaned out to different clubs. So and people also actually get paid. So for us, we do it for the love of rugby and to develop our career, but they're already getting paid, already semi-pro, professional. So it really gets you into the competitive environment that we want to get to when we graduate and hopefully sign a contract.
Yeah, well, from my short time here, and I'm staying a little longer, it just seems like there's no other program that can even match this.
We'd like to think so,
I
yeah.
mean, it sounds like, I don't know, maybe in all of UK, I don't know what's going on in England and Scotland and Northern Ireland, but here in Wales, I mean, I don't think there's another college or university that does what you guys do.
No, definitely not. I think obviously we've got so originally we were the only Superbucks university in Wales. We've also got Swansea University and Cardiff University. Cardiff University came into the Superbucks last year, but they've always sort of remained at the bottom. Swansea University got promoted at the end of last season, so we've now, Wales, the love of rugby in Wales is huge. So it's no surprise that we've got 3 universities now in the Superbucks.
Right.
But we like to hold our position as top of the hierarchy.
Yeah.
So when it comes to playing them, we've always put in a big competition.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We smashed them all. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys also attract, I mean, it's not just Welsh rugby players. I mean, you have foreign students here that play in rugby. I know you got an American
Scrum half.
He's in from California. And what other countries are represented? Do you know?
We have a German, someone who's part German. He played for Germany Sevens. We had an Italian last year.
We've got Canadian.
Canadian, yeah.
I know a couple of Americans.
Yeah.
Guy from, I think he's from Portugal. Somewhere, his name's Franco, and he's from somewhere in Europe.
Well, if we're probably starting to talk a little bit too long. I know when people watch a video from analytics, they don't watch the whole thing, but hopefully they'll be watching all of this. If you had to, sum up your experience here in a sentence or two.
Character building, I'd say. Just think that you come in just the team mentality. Life is competitive, and this environment is competitive. And I think this is an important life lesson you learn. And I think the lessons that I've learned from being a member of Cardiff Met Rugby will help me through life for the years to come.
Make you a successful adult, that's for sure.
I hope so.
What about you, Zach?
I'd say professional is a very professional environment, but it's also very friendly. And to build on Ollie's point, it's impressive, and it does make you a better person. I feel like a more developed person. I feel like I'm more confident in myself. I feel like hopefully, if I go on to bigger and better things from here in the professional game, then hopefully it's prepared me well enough for the big wide world of professional sport. So
Awesome.
I couldn't ask for more, and I couldn't be more grateful for what I've been given here.
Well, you guys are doing a great job, and as I said, it's an impressive university. Cardiff Metropolitan University here in Wales. It is a undergraduate school and a graduate school, and it is a rugby school. By far and above, it is a rugby school. You can get your degree here your bachelor's degree in 3 years, which is amazing. So if any of you people who are watching this from overseas and want to play rugby at a top college and get your bachelor's degree in 3 years, and save some money doing it, because that's an extra year you're not paying for. So that's a brilliant thing. Cardiff Met, I recommend it highly. I thank you guys for doing this video with me. I'm sure it's going to be well received. All right. So if you like the video, you like my channel, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. And then Zach, you can go hit the button. This isn't that professional.
That's true at the end.
Thank you.